aren't smart hours, it's still in and out. Just at the... I saw him. Oh my God, they're everywhere now. It's like a horde invasion. Yes, you, with the complexion, honey, I swear you need to get some sun. I worry, you're gray, you're not healthy, you're not eating. Well, hydration, you need water.
Besides He-Man, what was the strangest or most memorable line?
Oh God. I don't know if I can actually say a lot of them.
Do it. That is appropriate.
That is appropriate. You know, I do a lot of stuff. I mean, I'm usually in the studio every day working on stuff. So I mean, like all of the you know, the sort of the classic dual Maxwell quotes that I do. I honestly learned most of those at conventions. Because I was just, it was another one of a long series of shows we'd worked on. And, you know, you're in the studio, it's like, you know, the dual screen was fun. There's just ones that, I wish I could tell that story. Never mind. Oh, it's medical. Okay. We need to plug some. Wait, I did this really weird video in the late 80s, and it was to promote AIDS awareness. And it never actually got released because unfortunately the guy that was producing it did not survive the process. But with this thing called Bloodstream Follies. And we were a happy little crew of HIV viruses. On a pirate ship. And going, you know, from person to person by various means. Now, I've been doing cartoons for a long time, and most cartoons are cartoons, you know, and they're all very... And this one, you know, we had, I remember the late great Long John Baldry was our captain. And lines like, vaginal secretions, how long can we end up in the vagina? What? Intercourse. It was the same street. There is stuff that comes out in the studio that they swear to me that it doesn't exist, and I swear 1,000 times over that I saw this at the Mainframe Christmas party. Oh. But they had taken the really vile outtakes from Beast Wars, and they actually fully rendered and animated them. And I swear to you, they showed it, and I swear to you I saw it, and then they went, oh, that never happened, will never be seen again. What video? There was no such video.
I feel like Dirk Rivers.
Yeah. Old story, but the funny thing about doing dubbing or doing animating, if you mess up a line and you go flying off into some foul tangent, you're sitting there and goes, you know, beep, beep, beep. I will make you this promise. I will be the upper cut, monkey. It will always fit the flaps perfect. It's a weird phenomenon. Well, look who just comes strolling in like they got not a care in the world. Your mother and I, we worry. Oh, we worry. I don't know if that really answers it. Hopefully, it's interesting and entertaining at the same time. And oh God, see, there's this little cluster. You know, you guys got to represent your group over there. I will go with the bunny ears because I like bunny ears because they're fluffy and wonderful and lapey. That's Latin.
What is your favorite genre to work in?
Besides the whole porn thing.
Fantasy, sci-fi, that kind of stuff.
You're talking in animation?
In general.
Animation, the wonderful thing about that is you can be anything. I mean, you can be, I played men, women, children, you know. I did a show called Sushi Pack.
Wasabi.
Yeah. I played a small blob of crime fighting wasabi. We never spoke. You know, I do a lot of stuff like that. It's just ridiculous, Twisted Whiskers, and I was like every animal sound in it. And I was going, I'm going to pay a hell of a lot of money. And oh my God, so fancy and training, studying my hips and my shakes. Dear God, there's a riverboat out there.
They have parties on there.
My cousin got married on there.
Sweet.
I was going to say,
We're all going there.
Yeah. Woo!
Continue this party on the riverboat down the Mississippi. It's hard to say Mississippi and be cold at the same time, which it is out there. Where was I going? What was I saying? What was I doing?
Favorite genre?
Oh, favorite genre. So, you know, I mean, cartoons is obviously the thing that I excel at and what I love to do, because if I didn't spend all of my time in small padded rooms screaming, I'd be spending a lot of time in small padded rooms screaming. I should be the healthiest person in the world. Whatever personality comes along, you get bing, they're right out there. For on-camera stuff, I mean, I like doing comedy, which I've done. Sci-fi is fun. Anything. I like doing a lot of prosthetic work. I'm kind of weird that way because not only am I a voice actor, you know, I was also a mime at one point. Blah blah blah. So, like, I did a thing. I did Scooby-Doo 2. I was the, you know, the evil masked figure. I was the, you know, so that kind of stuff is fun because I like doing. I've got a bunch of pictures. I do a lot of stuff where I die. I have pictures from my last year, and I did about 6 different TV series, and I now choose them based on. So, how do I die in this one? This year I was consumed from the inside out by hordes of ravening beetles. I was torn asunder by a giant monstrosity of a Tasmanian devil. I was, let me see, what's my time? I've been torn in half, a lot of them shot. It's like, who does shot anymore? Cut in half on a Highlander. You know, those are fun. I like fantasy kind of, you know, I like to play in that world. It's a lot more fun than, you know, doing like X-Files and going, hey, I found this man way. Wow, that's badass. Okay. Because I like to play. I like stuff that's exaggerated, so I do whatever. You know, as far as the work goes, as my ex-girlfriend said, it's like, you're a polyphonic prostitute, aren't you? It's like, yeah, I'll give you words for money.
Thank you.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Thank you for answering my question.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for having funny ears. Yes?
Any roles that you've ever regretted or wish you hadn't taken?
No. You know, people always go, how come you do those Barbie movies? You want to see the car I bought with Barbie movies? I'm just saying. I've done some weird stuff. I mean, obviously in the anime world, I did a thing, God, years ago called Ogre Slayer. And that was full on, like, tentacle. You know, I'm just saying, what? I'm sorry, these are cartoons! And that's not very cartoon-like behavior, although they certainly seem friendly. I'm pretty, you know, and to me, work is work, so I have friends that ethically won't do certain things. They'll say, well, whatever. I have friends that, you know, wouldn't do anything like the G.I. Joes and stuff. It's just like, no, war's not the solution, man. Me, it's like, you want to throw a bucket full of money at me, I'll do whatever you want. You know? You come in here all late, probably liquored up, waltzing in like you own the place. Sweet, now we're going to start the whole thing again. All right. Hi, my name's Scott, and I'm on. No, we did that joke already. So you're going to have to watch the tape. Seriously, we did really good stuff before you guys got here. By the way, you, my darling, look terrific with the pink.
Oh. That's you.
Of course, there are some things that you see in life that you wish you could unsee. Almost all of which I've encountered at anime cons. You know Sailor Bubba? Sailor Bubba's a legend in Dallas, Texas. And Sailor Bubba is exactly what it sounds like. Sailor Bubba is this bearded, monstrous behemoth of a burly, big man. And he wears full-on Sailor Moon stuff. Oh. So that's Sailor Bubba. There's a bobblehead. There's a Sailor Bubba bobblehead. Wow. I was in the presence of anime royalty with that. Man-Faye. Because honestly, I didn't, you know, I'm like, dude, check that. And I'm like, no. I'm like, look at that. No. Just no. So that's a what? Mind you, my very first episode of Gundam Wing, I'm in the studio and I'm like, oh cool, I booked a character. I'm like, they're ready for all of them. And I was like, who's the girl? They're like, Scott, no, that's your character, that's a dude. That's not a dude, that's a chick. No, that's a dude. No, that's a chick. That's a dude, that's a chick. Well, he sure is pretty. I will make you this promise. I will be the god of death once again. But right now, I need a makeover and a mani-pedi. We had to do the network version of that show. That was weird. You know, be like, oh, I was about to start doing this. We did it, so we did like, the god of death is back from it. Okay, now the non-network, it's like, the great destroyer is back from lunch. They ruined stuff. Dragon Ball Z, we're going to Heffel. What? Heffel. Beast Wars in Canada was not allowed to be called Beast Wars. It was Beasties. Which I mean, join Ratty and Gumgully to rid of all their chumps tonight on Beasties. Although our Canadian cut of the show was much more violent. Yeah. Bigger explosions, just louder, little subtle things. But Canada's a funny place. I call it Canada. You know how you spell it? C-A-N-A-D-A. That's a little Canadian too. I'm too close to the border for those. You can hardly taste the gin in that. It's really good. Was I answering a question? Did it work? Tell me if it did. Throw things at me if it didn't. Yes. Travis. Did I get it? Did I remember her name?
Yep.
That never happens. Alright, yes.
Is it more entertaining to voice like characters that have their sanity about them, like Dinobot, or insane folks like Alias Sanchez from Gundam 00?
You know what? They're all fun. I mean, the only ones that aren't are just, you know, really boring, mundane kind of, you know. You need to put the more interesting. I mean, Dinobot was a great character to play, a true joy in my heart because, well, that whole show. I mean, you know, because Dinobot was so. In the world of Prelay, usually it's 22 minutes. Let's, you know, solve the world and then sell some toys. That series had an arc, you know, which usually the kind of stuff you want to get in anime. And the writers, Larry and Block, were so brilliant about it. And Dinobot ended up being a really interesting character because, you know, he wasn't just sort of this or that or really easy. 10 minutes until Doomsday? Until the apocalypse? I'm sorry, I don't read Mayan. All right, so I'm gonna act faster and we're gonna get, well, bye. I can see you have important places to be. Right, if you get work. Have fun stuff in the castle, you think it'll work, it'll make America. Bye now. If anybody ever asked what my favorite movie is, I think I just answered that one. So, you know, psychopaths are cool because you have to make them somehow believable and real. You know, Beast Wars again, I mean, you know, Dinobot was so complex, which you don't have to get. Waspinator was just an idiot, Rattrap was just assassin.
But we all love him.
And Dinobot was strong, proud, brave, and smart like a second-hand nurse. But they're, you know, they're just, if the character is written interesting, they're fun to do. And obviously it's up to the voice actor to make that. You know, the thing about acting is, no matter if you're playing, like, you know, you're doing Overslayer, you're playing the worst person in the world, you have to, as an actor, somehow make that enjoyable. And you have to find something compelling, if not likable, about a character. So, all right, so we're going to pick up the tempo just a little bit. We're going to pick it up about 15%. I'm going to point over here and go, yes, go ahead. Perfect, yes, and we're going to the next question. Thank you. I'm sorry.
Okay, this is for my rest.
You're pretty drunk, aren't you? That's okay, so am I. So.
Well, I first heard about you from all, and so then I found out you did Waspinator.
Waspinator has a headache in his whole body.
I was wondering if you could say, like, your most serious Hohenheim in line as Waspinator.
Okay. I did the Hohenheim lines. Because I did the level one day, they flew me down to take. I think my impression of Hohenheim was like, wow. Deadbeat dad. I'm sorry, God. I probably owe you 400 years of child support.
I'm sorry he was such a lousy father. Hohenheim threw himself in a big dino mouth and get what he deserves.
Yes.
Now,
I'm calling you. See what I did there? Ghostbuster. Who am I going to call? I'm calling Steve anyway.
now, when you do the different roles, you know, like you put your, so much of yourself into it, and do you, as far as like, care about the characters when you do them, during the runs of them, and even afterwards. But also, what are your impressions of people that do impersonations of your character?
I'm always amazed and like Waspinator is, I think, if I die, that would be the one legacy, because it's the voice that everybody I meet does.
Oh yeah, I'm actually going to ask, what do you think of people that do Waspinator, true Waspinator? What do you think of that?
Waspinator, friend, somebody does Waspinator better than Waspinator. Waspinator, go.
Screw this, I'm retiring. I'm it's like Tom Kenny is now playing Waspinator.
Not anymore. Show ended.
That for me was weird. Because I'm going, that really is kind of, if I have one iconic character that I really kind of created, it's that one. So it's like, and the nature of the show is like, well, fine, man, we've got professionals, we'll find someone that sounds just like you. It's like, boom, but I've met more people, like I've met little 4-year-old kids. Hey, the Waspinator, come on, go there, do your Waspinator voice for me. And they're good. I'm thinking it'd be a great sitcom. What happens to a middle-class American neighborhood? Waspinator's movie. I was at the convention in Chesterfield, Indiana. Population of the convention, 73 attendees. Somebody shouted out, let's do a Waspinator off for a thing, and people kept running up, and 5 people were randomly picked, and every one of them rocked it. I'm just like, dude, I'm so expendable right now. It's the ultimate flight. I'm so flattered when people do, so. Try to take my job. In the back, I saw him. Yes. All right. Oh God, it's the drunk ones.
I have a question and a comment. Question: how many times have you gotten laid because somebody thought you were Brett Michaels?
How many times has Brett Michaels gotten laid because somebody thought he was Scott McNeil? I was going to a quick true story. I don't usually talk around that stuff, but I went to.
I wicked wish I had brought my Transformers DVD because I love you here.
Aww.
I want to show you. These are my honeybee tattoos, closely related to Waspinator, family Hymenoptera. I'm behind you 100%.
Thank you. I'll sign your tattoos. I brought my special warm Sharpie. My friend Matt Hale was a brilliant voice actor. Manny and I, very quick story, went to see Van Halen because we said we would. So after the show, and I was wearing a black tank top and blah blah, and I was standing there, and you could see there was a group of 3 young girls with Poison shirts on, and I know the look from cons. They were doing that and I'm like, oh man. You think? Nah. So they come up and excuse me, you're Brett Michaels, aren't you? And I'm like, no, I'm sorry, I'm not Brett Michaels. We both last silently still. And they're like, oh my God, you are Brett Michaels. Like, no, I'm sorry. So I did that a couple of times, and then I'm thinking, okay, I gotta get out of this now, because it's starting to get a little mean. And then Matt comes up and he just goes, Mr. Michaels, I am so sorry. There was going to be security here, and this was not going to. So I ended up actually taking pictures with them because I went, what do I do now? They're going to feel stupid. No, I'm seriously just messing with them. So somewhere out there, there's people ever see this on the internet and go, thank you. You know when I can't hear any of this? Which is so Okay, so we're going to go into what I like to refer to as the lightning round, so I don't get shot from behind, which means it's going to be super fast questions and super fast answers, so that we can get everything answered quickly and go.
What was the recording?
Yes.
What was the recording session like for Code of Hero?
Code of Hero was, for me, horrifying. Everybody else is like, thank God he's dead. We don't have to listen to him anymore. I didn't know Dinobot was going to be. Dinobot knew that Dinobot was going to die.
The Shakespeare to be.